My house burned. Insurance refused to pay. Said it was an act of God. Oh, really? I said. You people think you know what God does or even thinks? Yes, we corporations are better than people, and we corporations have a direct line to God. Oh yeah? Give me that thing. Hello, God? Yes. Is that really you, God? Yes. Why, God? Why? Listen up, punk. I know what you're gonna say. I'm a good person, so why did I lose everything? Toughen up, punk. STFU and get on with it. You ungrateful little worm. I gave you Mozart. I gave you bacon. I gave you boobies. Don't press your luck, kid. And stop touching yourself. Woo. Wow. Somebody's a little grumpy. Hashtag God Tough Loves You. Yeah. It is Hollywood Awards season again. Oh man, I just love those. Most stars though, they're like in their 40s and 50s, yeah. What happened? Well, the 90s and the aughts, yeah. I kind of like the Screen Actors Guild Awards, yeah. The off-Broadway kind of thing, yeah. Called the SAG Awards, or to the cognoscenti, we call them the Saggies. Yeah, truth in advertising is very refreshing. Soon they will be called the Botox Olympics. Winners will be the stars who are no longer even remotely recognizable. Oh, I don't know who you are, but you win, baby. The GOP and the NRA are reshooting the famous commercial, I'd like to buy the world a Coke, but they substitute the word gun for the word Coke. They all hold hands, form a huge circle, pull out their weapons and start blasting away. It'll be the largest circular firing squad in history. The GOP and the NRA, they like this idea because it sells guns. I think it also, maybe they're looking to thin out the herd, plenty of parking spaces at Walmart and no more standing in line waiting for a table at the Cracker Barrel. What is their thinking? Now, the Supreme Court ruling of Roe v. Wade made abortion legal in this country. Yeah. And as a result, 20 years later, the murder rate and overall crime rate began to crash. Social scientists say that not forcing millions of drug-addicted prostitutes to have unwanted children meant that millions of career criminals were never born. Sounds plausible. I mean, that's what the social scientists say. Now, Republicans do not believe in the social sciences, or any of the sciences apparently, and they want to force these women to have these unwanted children. Then they want to deny the children health care, deny them decent education, etc., in order to save taxpayer money. And then, when these people are between 15 and 35 years old, arrest them after they've committed rapes, robberies, murders, warehouse them for 25 years, and then execute them. Yeah, the Republicans are, after all, the job creators. Cops, lawyers, prison guards, parole officers, more lawyers. Gah. Republicans have done what I thought was impossible, and that is to make the Democrats look like they actually know what the heck they're doing. Just amazing. Oh, bravo. Oh, encore. Oh. But I did learn one thing in school. They drilled it into us. They said, you are what you eat. Yeah, we've all heard that. So, that was the last time I ever ate boneless pork. Who wants to be either one of those things? Now, I was talking to a plastic surgeon, and man, talk about an ego. He started bragging about being able to turn an 8 into a 10 for $20,000. Wow, how do they afford it? That, my friend, he said, is what I call pure genius. I was like, whoa, whoa, slow down, killer. I said, that's nothing. I can turn a 4 into an 8 for just $20. Yeah, that, my friend, is called tequila. Ooh, not that expensive, you know? Not that expensive. I used to be bilingual. Yeah, I was. And then years went by without even trying. And so eventually, I mean, I became straight again. Somebody told me that comedy, doing this, comedy, it's a lot like sex. So I should be really good at this because I always get a laugh. I figured out I could live on crackers, but wouldn't that be cannibalism? The stigma. They say that money cannot buy happiness. But they, whoever they are, have never been to a weed store. Oh my God. I'll never forget how happy I was the first time I walked through those golden promised land doors. A friend of mine loves to drink beer. He loves to drink beer. He loves to drink, period. The other day I asked him, what do you want to drink? What do you feel like? And he said, well, anything but water. I said, why would you want to drink but water? Is there something you should tell me that I should know about? Now, the government allows corporations in this country to put pink slime in our burgers, yeah, while every other civilized country in the world only allows this stuff to be put into dog food. Yeah, but I mean, I love burgers, and this may explain my sudden urges to bathe myself. Yeah. At least that's what I told the cops. Now, I started track and field in school, but I could not bring myself to tell my Christian conservative parents that I was in track. I was too ashamed that one day they might find out that I was really good at men's pole vaulting. It was just too much. Would have killed them. Maggots. Ooh. Maggots have evolved the ability to breathe. This is true. Breathe out of their butthole. Trust me, I'm a scientist. So they can keep eating without stopping to breathe. They can just dive right in. They evolved that ability. Now, this makes me fear for all those professional hot dog eating contestants. I mean, help them, God, help them. Ultraviolet solar radiation is increasing. Yeah. Our atmosphere is kind of changing. And in lab experiments, black rats are immune to this increasing level of background radiation, while the white rats eventually die. Now, the theory is, it's just a theory, mind you, the theory is that in 100 years, white people might go extinct, except for those who live underground, the mole people. Want to know what the future looks like? Hey, just take a look at Putin. Yikes. Ooh. Europe has decided to invite millions of foreigners to spend the weekend on the couch. Yeah, it's a reality TV show called Airbnb Nightmares. Americans are dead set against it. We remember when we were invited for Thanksgiving dinner, and that went way wrong. It's been like 400 years. We're still here. I don't know where our hosts are now. I mean, after the turkey ran out, maybe we ate them. Hashtag sorry about that. I have a secret plan to win the war on terror. Boom! Starting now, public breastfeeding will be mandatory. Picture that, boys and girls. Millions of American women baring their breasts in public every single day. Breasts are to terrorists what garlic is to vampires. Take that, ISIS. Boom! You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. There's a new social movement. It's called the tiny houses movement, where people reject the big house in the suburbs with the 2 SUVs in the garage. That costs almost like $500,000. And in this economy, it makes sense to downsize. Live in a 250 square foot space, a little tiny house on wheels. Now, I was an early adopter. Yeah, I got in early, but I didn't even know it. I had already tried it during the 2008 recession. I just called it my car. Yeah. Who knew? Germany has been held to account for the atrocities of World War II, but other countries bear responsibility for crimes against humanity. Austria comes to mind. I mean, my God, have you people ever tasted Vienna sausages? The horror. Fox News. Yeah, that's the punchline. Fox News, a story about a 27-year-old Chinese man who suffered from constipation for 10 years. Then, one day, he had an 11-pound stool removed from his colon. Whoa! Oh my God! Just one more way that China is kicking our ass. Yeah. Apparently, powdered rhino horn is harder to digest than we thought. Yeah. I suggest next time you eat Chinese buffet, skip the MSG. Yeah. Just to be safe side. Yeah. I decided to commit suicide years ago. This is very embarrassing. Yeah. I don't like to admit it, but I wanted to die happy. So I decided to eat myself to death. Yeah, I love to eat. Yeah, why not go that way, you know? Death by food. It's very common here in this country, apparently. So I started eating and eating. And miracle of miracles, I did not die. Yeah, it was a sign from God that what God really wanted was for me to have a butt on my crotch. Yeah. What a sense of humor, this guy, gal, God. Now, I'm from the Texas Hill Country, where every spring we have music festivals, film festivals, barbecue festivals that feature like brisket and deer sausage, even stuff called blood sausage. Sounds awful, tastes great. They should combine the film festival with the barbecue festival. You could watch like a Quentin Tarantino movie marathon and eat the local delicacies because, let's face it, every Quentin Tarantino movie is just a blood sausage fest anyway. A friend of mine took his girlfriend to the doctor. She was always nauseous, yeah. Hoping for some good news. They thought, oh, maybe there's a little one on the way, maybe a baby. Well, it was a baby, all right. She had a conjoined twin inside her body. It's alive. Absorbed at birth into her body. It has hair, skin, teeth. He was freaked out. I told him, look on the bright side, bro. They have, you've got a new dependent to claim on your taxes. It's a $2,000 deduction at least. Bad news was, though, he wasn't exactly sure just exactly where the teeth were on this thing. Kind of got to him, yeah. Good news, he can tell the guys at the office that every night is a threesome with twins. Yeah. Tough to beat that one. The NFL is going to have Player Appreciation Day. Yeah, Player Appreciation Day. The season ends and the players get to blow off a little steam. It's a high-pressure job. They're gladiators. They deserve a day of their own. End of season parade down Main Street. Well, not really a parade because they'll be doing 180 miles per hour in a Lamborghini, driving with their right knee, firing their weapon into the air with their left hand, and choking out their girlfriend with their right hand because, you want to use your strong hand to choke a bitch, right? One day a year, people. One day a year. Not too much to ask. In Brazil, women are giving birth to babies suffering from microcephaly, a very small head and small brain caused by the Zika virus spread by mosquitoes. The government there advised young women not to have any babies for 2 years. Now, in Brazil, birth control is not only frowned upon, they make it hard to get a hold of. In other words, the government is telling women, just take one aspirin every day for the next 2 years and hold it between your knees. The only countries in the Western Hemisphere where this virus cannot spread is Chile to the south and Canada to the north. So, looking on the bright side, Bill O'Reilly from Fox News will be forced to move to Canada because he's going to be trying to escape from a sea of pinheads. When you spell check Bill O'Reilly's name, by the way, Microsoft Word changes it to Bill Orally. Who knew? Is that another sign from God? First, a bud on my crotch, and then Bill Orally? Oh, Jesus, you move in strange and mysterious ways. Congress refuses to appropriate money to stop Zika, virtually guaranteeing an entire generation of microcephalic babies will be born in the United States. But I think we know who the real pinheads are. No doubt about it. Now, I know a way to keep millions of Trump supporters from voting. Announce that a massive terror attack is imminent and it's time to saran wrap the trailer park again. Yeah. Now, you might not want to use the word imminent, though. Yeah. What do you call the French right-wing Tea Party tea baggers? The baguettes. The Jews of Europe, that's right, I said it, the Jews of Europe are fleeing, afraid of being murdered, running for their lives, escaping Europe. Again. Wussies. God. They are history's canary in a coal mine. When you see them run, you know something big is about to go down. To me, I mean, to everybody, well, common sense tells us these days that I read in the paper, they are so racist. I mean, first Nazi phobia and now this? During the 2008 presidential election, a little boy famously sold all of his video games and his bicycle and donated the money to Hillary Clinton. Now, in 2016, if she wins as a reward, since he's old enough now, she is promising to let him go play G.I. Joe in the big sandbox. the Middle East. And she promises that he can stay there just as long as she is president. Donald Trump. That's all I got. Donald Trump has a basic philosophy that says you have to be cruel to be kind. This is self-contradictory. Cruel to be kind is known as an oxymoron. It makes sense because any poor people who would vote for a billionaire with that kind of mentality, that kind of philosophy, they would have to be a bunch of oxymorons. Yeah, gotta be. Hillary Clinton is being accused of huge conflicts of interest by taking many millions of dollars from corrupt regimes like the Saudi kings and the dictators of Central Asia. When asked why she crawled into bed with the worst abusers of human rights in the world, she replied that after taking money from China all these years, she didn't want the Chinese Communist Party to get any big ideas like they owned her lock, stock, and barrel. Hell no. It's a timeshare. Yeah. I figured out a way to cut the murder rate. I figured out a way to reduce the murder rate in half. Most murderers are named Lee, Ray, or Wayne. It's true. I would immediately make these names illegal. No more naming your baby Lee, Ray, or Wayne. In 25 years, the murder rate will drop precipitously. And if that doesn't work, at least the prisons will be full of guys named Betty Sue.